Welcome to Kinesis. Today's 30-minute restorative Pilates Flow takes you to Caples Lake and Round Top Peak. Today we will be moving through a stretchy, feel-good routine that focuses on releasing tension from head to toe. Be sure to do this class after your workout or as a standalone stretching session due to the potential danger of performing static stretches prior to your workout. Long holds of 30 seconds or more and PNF stretching inhibit the stretch reflex by desensitizing receptors to tension. This could predispose an athlete to injury if it precedes a workout. To improve flexibility, the American College of Sports Medicine recommends 2 to 4 repetitions, totaling 60 seconds of static stretching. For optimal results, stretching should be done regularly, that is, 3 times per week or more, to change or maintain your range of motion, aka transforming your muscles from stiff and sore to supple and strong. We will be moving through a mix of dynamic and static mobility techniques, along with a form of PNF stretching known as the contract-relax method. If you'd like to improve your ability to move with strength, ease, and grace, then join me on the mat and let's begin. Inhale through the nose as you sweep the palms up to the sky. Exhale and press them away to your thighs. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, stay tall. Inhale, lift the arms and interlace the fingers as you inhale, side bend to the left. Circle down, bend the knees. Inhale to restack before going the other way, finding a big sweeping circular motion in your body, rounding the shoulder forwards, bending the knees, releasing tension in the lower back, in the shoulders, in the neck. We go for one more full circle. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower the arms to your sides, and step to the front of your mat. Hands come to your hips. Step your right foot back into a reverse lunge. Drop the knee. Shimmy the right foot out a little bit wider than the right knee, so you are in a tiny bit of hip internal rotation. Bring that left foot a little bit wider. Increase your base of support. Hands back to the hips. We are going to tuck the tailbone and release it back. Posterior to anterior tilt. Next time you have that posterior tuck, tucking the tailbone, hold it. Hands come to your belly and your lower back. Press yourself forward into the hip stretch, opening up the front of the right hips, engaging the right glutes, inhaling to gain length in the spine, and exhaling, side bending to the left. Once you have done your side bend, add a slight, gentle rotation of the thoracic spine to the right, opening up that chest, reaching through the heel of the right hand. So straighten that right arm, press through the heel of the hand, widen the fingers, really activating the whole body here in this rotation, in this hip stretch. Pressing through the heel of the hand, but pressing back through your waistline, engaging that right glute, and coming out of the stretch into a kneeling groin stretch. So we're going to stretch into the inner thighs here. For the setup, make sure that your heel is in line with the right knee, your knee is in line with the hips, and you're squaring your body forwards. Press into the stretch and recoil out of it. Inhale and exhale. So your foot, that left foot, is slightly in front of the left knee, so you have somewhere to travel. When you press into the stretch, you're going to hold it on this one. Reaching that right arm up and overhead. Opening up the lat muscle on the right side body, your obliques, those 2 of them, the internal and external obliques. The quadratus lumborum, your QL. While, of course, stretching into the hip flexor on the right side and your inner thighs on both legs. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the lungs, filling up the right side body, and fully exhaling out the mouth, coming up through center to make a little adjustment. Shimmy that left foot a little behind the left knee. We're going to stretch into the soleus, one of your calf muscles, into the Achilles tendon. Same mechanics as our previous variation, just a different target. Keep that heel down. Only do this if you have healthy knees. If you have ever had a knee surgery, I would advise you to skip this exercise. Holding into that stretch. Feeling a release in your calf, in the Achilles tendon area. And coming out of it, we're going to repeat everything we just did on the other side. Right foot is forward, left knee is back. Remember to bring that left foot a little bit wider than the left knee. Increase the base of support by shimmying your right foot a little bit wider too. Anterior to posterior tuck of the tailbone. And you're going to hold that posterior tilt. Opening up the front of the left hip this time. And then pressing forwards into the stretch. Engaging your left glutes. Right hand on the belly, left hand on the lower back. Inhale to grow tall through the spine. Exhale to side bend, lateral flexion in the spine as you side bend to the right. And then press your forearm, the right forearm into the right thigh as you gain a little bit of leverage to rotate the torso to the left, reaching through that outstretched left arm, pressing through the heel of your hand. Inhale through the nose. Inhale and feel the lengthening that is occurring in the front of the left hip. Exhale through the mouth. Feel the toning, the strengthening in the back of the left hip, in the glutes. Come back through center to our kneeling groin stretch. Now if you face the screen instead of turning away from me, then we will be going in opposite directions, but you are working the right side. So make sure you are pressing into that right leg. Inhale into the stretch, exhale, recoil. Working into the inner thigh, into those groin muscles. Holding this one, bringing the right forearm to the right thigh, sweeping the left arm up on an inhale into your side stretch. Palm is facing down. Inhaling into the left lung. Exhaling. Soften into the stretch even more. Feel the release happening in the inner thighs. And come back through center. We are going to make a little tweak, just like on the other side. Shimmy that foot in a little bit closer to the knee. And we're going to plant that heel down. That right heel is going to stay down as we press into a soleus stretch. Stretching the calf muscle called the soleus and the Achilles tendon. But listening to your body and the limits that you face. So only press as far as you are able to, and then hold the stretch. Inhaling fully, and exhaling. Still getting a little bit of an inner thigh stretch, even though we are focusing on the calf. Press out of the stretch. Find a quadruped position. Create a soft bend in your elbows. And then bring your hands into your midline so that you have a slight bit of internal rotation at the shoulders. Drive the left elbow towards the sky. Exhale and drive it through the window of space that you have created for thread the needle. That left arm is long, extended, and the palm is facing the sky. You're creating a widening, opening sensation on the back of the left shoulder. Creating space in the rotator cuff, in the upper back muscles, while creating stability in the lower body, keeping those sits bones wide the whole time we come through center. And we inhale the right elbow up this time. Exhale as we send the arm through, extending it, palm facing the sky. resting gently on the right side of your head, keeping those sits bones wide and spread. Don't let the lower body move here, just focusing on melting into the thread the needle stretch, creating more widening, more expansion in the back of the right shoulder. Come back through center to quadruped, widen your knees on your mat, and sit your hips back into a child's pose. This is your rest. Option to bring the palms up towards the sky so the thumbs are facing up. That will help to open up your latissimus dorsi, aka the lat muscle of your back. Now just melt into the stretch, fully breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, releasing any tension in the lower back, hips, spine. Wiggling your fingers, getting ready to move out of the stretch and onto our bellies for a quad stretch. Rest on your left forearm and bring your right arm beside you, and then start to bend and extend that right leg. Pressing the pelvis into the mat, engaging your glutes and pulling your belly up towards your spine to engage your abdominal muscles here. Now grab the top of your right foot with your right hand, or you could choose to bind at the ankle. We're about to do 3 rounds of contract relax. Right now, 6 seconds of pressing into your hand with the right leg, contracting the quad, and now release. Bring that heel closer to your bum for 6 seconds. Back into the contract, pressing away, pressing into your hand for 6 seconds. And now release into the stretch, lengthening the quadricep muscles by bringing the heel towards the bum. Again, press away, press into your hand for 6 seconds. And relax. We're going to hold this 30-second static stretch. Right heel is close to the bum. Open up the front of the hip by pressing your pelvis into the mat, tucking that tailbone, engaging your gluteal muscles. Lengthening the front of your thigh and your hip flexors. Now gently release the right leg to the ground. Switching sides, bring your right forearm as your pillow now for the forehead, and the left arm is outstretched beside your thighs. Start flossing that left leg, flexion and extension at the knee. Keep pressing your pelvis in towards the mat. There shouldn't be any space under your hips if you are doing this properly. Bind to the ankle or to the top of the left foot. And press actively into the hand for 6 seconds, contracting the quad. And now relax, release into the stretch for 6 seconds. And press again, away into that hand. Resisting the stretch, and now coming into the stretch, maybe a little bit deeper every time. One last press. Press into that hand. And release into the stretch. Heel comes closer to the bum, lengthening the front of the left hip. There should be no space, again, no space underneath your hips. You are lengthening the front of the hips, and you are contracting the back of them. So find length and grace on the front, and tone and activation in the gluteal muscles on the back of the left hip. Release that left leg to the mat. And gently press yourself up and cross those legs. Do whatever you need to do to come to a seated position on your mat. We are going to roll down through our spine all the way to our backs for a hamstring sequence. Now is your opportunity to pause the class and grab a necktie or a stretching strap. You can do everything without a strap just by using your hands. Okay, Let's flex and extend that left leg to the ceiling, pointing through the left foot, grounding through the right leg, and dorsiflexing that right ankle. Now straighten the left leg as much as possible, and if you have a strap, put it around the sole of the left foot. If not, you can use your hands to hold the back of your thigh or calf. When we are stretching the hamstring, it is very important that we have a straight leg. Now, that means if you need to go further away from you to keep your leg straight and your tailbone heavy into the mat, then that's okay. I'd rather you be here than for you to be here with a bent knee. That's no bueno. That's not going to be stretching into all of the hamstring muscles very well. So wherever you need to be, we're going to do contract, relax. 6 seconds right now. Press into the band or your hands like you are pressing your leg towards the ground, contracting the hamstring. Now for 6 seconds, you're going to release into the stretch, stretching your hamstrings. Back into the press into the band or your hands. And after this, we have one more round. Relaxing into a deeper stretch for 6 seconds. And exhale and press away one more time. Now bring your leg into the deepest expression of your hamstring stretch today, keeping the leg straight, bringing it as close as possible towards your face, keeping that dorsiflexion of the ankle, breathing deeply into the stretch. Releasing the back of your leg. Now we are going to transfer the band to the left hand as we prepare to let that left leg fall gently to the side. Getting a nice external rotation, hip opener on the left leg, staying grounded through the right ankle and the right back of the leg. Inhaling through the nose. And on your next exhale, transfer the band into the right hand, bring the leg up through center, and we allow the leg to cross our midline just barely. Straight leg, sickling the foot, so you get a nice stretch on the outside of the left ankle and the whole outside line of the left leg. And take that band off. We are going to switch sides. I'm going to show you without any props. Bring that right knee in, flex and extend at the knee joint, pointing through the right ankle, dorsiflexing through the left ankle. Breathing, holding the leg up, interlacing the fingers behind the back of the thigh or the calf, and contract the leg into the hands for 6 seconds. Release towards your body, towards the head for 6. Contract, press the hands away, and release. Use the hands to pull the leg towards you. Contract again. Inhale and release. And from here, you are going to find a straight leg position that you can hold for a nice static stretch. So I'm holding my calf. You can hold the thigh or your band. Keep that dorsiflexion in the ankle. Release your left arm to the ground, palm facing up, as you gently guide the right leg to the side, allowing the leg to enter hip external rotation, but keeping the right hip level with the left hip. No hiking of the hips here. Bring that right leg through center. Sickle the ankle, also known as ankle inversion, as you allow the straight leg to gently cross your midline, not to the point where your right hip pops off the mat. We're getting a nice IT band stretch here, stretching the side of the leg and ankle. Very nice. Bring it back through center, bend the knee, and extend it down to the mat. Palms are down, just above your shoulders. Draw the right knee into the chest, take the left hand to the top of the thigh, and gently guide that leg over to your side. So the right foot will be tapping the ground, the knee will be elevated, finding a nice lower body, lower torso rotation. Bring that right arm up to the sky, palm facing away from you. And then rotate so the palm faces towards you as you let that palm lower towards the earth. Feeling this amazing rotation here before we add a component with the shoulder. We're going to reach up and down. Inhaling up, exhale, depress. Elevation and depression of the shoulder. Kind of shrugging it and unshrugging it. And reversing the movement. Arm comes up and then palm flips away from you as you return that right hand to the ground. And then bring the right leg back to center, switching legs. Left leg is up. Use the right hand to guide it gingerly to your right, allowing the left foot to tap the floor, knee is hovering. Don't rotate so much that your left shoulder pops off from the mat, creating stability in the upper body while we mobilize the lower body into a rotation. So now inhale and bring that left arm up, flip the palm towards you, bring it down to the ground overhead. Feel how nice the stretch feels before adding the elevation of the shoulder blade and the depression of the shoulder blade. Inhaling and reach away. Exhale, pull the shoulder blade back in towards your spine. Breathing, inhale, exhale, pull it in. And we reverse the movement to come out of this stretch by inhaling that left arm up above the shoulder, flipping the palm to face the ground, bringing the leg to the mat, and immediately bringing the right leg back to tabletop. Coming into open book stretch, bringing that knee to the ground this time, in line with your hip. Inhale and reach, exhale and let that right arm open into the twist. Pressing the left hand up to the sky like you're giving the sky a high five, getting a little more rotation in your waist, rotation in the upper body. Feeling your oblique muscles help to wrap around the ribs to give you even more rotation in the upper spine. Breathing into this stretch, creating more mobility in the upper body this time than the last stretch. Coming home, we're going to do the other side. Bring that left leg to tabletop, allow it to fall to your right, knee is in line with the hip to create a lumbar lock. Inhale and exhale as you open up the left side, rotating to the left. So that lumbar lock is essentially locking the lower back, your lumbar spine, from moving. So we create this lock to create a stable base to rotate from. We're getting our rotation in the upper spine in the shoulders. Inhaling through the nose and fully exhaling out of the mouth. Coming out of the stretch, we bring the right arm down to the ground. And on our inhale, the left arm reaches past the bottom palm, stretching the back of the shoulder. And then gently roll to your back. We are about to end our class today. Bring your feet mat distance apart, a normal mat, not a wide mat like mine, and allow the legs to fall to the left and to the right, massaging into the hips, getting internal and external rotation, stabilizing the upper body, keeping the arms extended from the shoulders out in a T. Bring that right leg and bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, just above the knee joint. Flex that right ankle and press down and away as if you are opening up the top of that left hip and quad. And then come into a piriformis stretch with that same shape. Hold the back of the left thigh. Use your right elbow to help press outwardly on the right thigh, the right inner thigh. And then option to rock left and right in this stretch to get a different feeling, a different release. This is a great glute stretch. Return to center And bring your arms back to the sides of your body, your feet back to the ground. And let your legs fall to the left this time. Bringing the left foot to the top of the right thigh. Engaging your right gluteal muscles to extend and open the front of that right hip, pressing down and away towards your knee with that left foot to help open up the hips even more. Bring your shape into a figure 4 piriformis stretch, again holding the back of the thigh. Maybe using that left elbow to kind of press into the left thigh. So it's actually more of the forearm, but that'll help you to get even better of a stretch and to keep your hips even from left and right. Maybe adding a gentle rocking left and right. Feeling the release in your hips, softening the back of the neck, lengthening it on your mat. Draw both of your knees in towards your chest, tucking your tailbone, feeling the lower back press into the mat. And then rock and roll your way up to a seated position. We are going to end with 3 breaths. Breathing into the belly, inhale, arms come up, exhale down. Inhale, let your belly rise. Exhale, pull it in. One more inhale. Exhale, your hands meet your lap, closing your eyes, and become aware of all of the new sensations that are flooding your body from head to toe. Welcome them all, the good and the bad. And finally, thank your body for allowing you to show up today on your mat and join me in this amazing restorative flow. Please remember to like and subscribe if you are interested in joining future classes and unlocking all of the beautiful ways your body can move. I would also greatly appreciate it if you shared this class with your friends and family, especially the runners and hikers in your circle, so we can share the gift of Pilates with people all around the world.